They say every book has a soul, not just words on paper, but the breath of those who wrote it and those who dared to read it. High in the mountains of Bhutan, there is a monastery where souls are said to vanish, not stolen, not burned, simply gone. The monks call it the library that eats books. At first it feels like a tale, a warning whispered by elders reminding us that knowledge is fragile. But when I walked through the shadowed corridors, I saw it myself. Manuscripts resting in wooden cabinets, pages once filled with ink, now pale, empty, silent. Whole chapters devoured as if the mountain itself had taken a bite. The monks say a spirit feeds here, a guardian that consumes dangerous truths, a way of protecting us from knowledge too heavy to bear. But historians offer another story. Bhutan's mist and monsoon can rot parchment, termites burrow through bindings, and fire has claimed countless texts in the remote monasteries of these valleys. Science explains part of it, yet there are details no science touches. A librarian once told me this. One evening, he left a manuscript on the prayer hall floor. He stepped out for tea. When he returned, its words were gone. Not faded, not burned, just erased. I asked him what he believed. He lowered his eyes and said, "Some knowledge does not wish to be remembered." Across Bhutan, whispers linger of such texts, scrolls that held more than prayers, maps of hidden valleys, records of rebel uprisings, spells for calling rain or for protection against invading armies. Some were never meant to last. Their vanishing feels less like decay and more like deliberate silence. In Thimphu, at the National Library, experts battle against time. Fungus crawls unseen across parchment, pages crumble in the damp, whole collections are vanishing faster than they can be saved. They call it preservation, but in Bhutan, science often walks with spirit. And so the mystery lives on. I think of the young monks I met, bent over fading pages, copying each word by hand. They know they cannot stop the hunger of the library, but they resist it, with patience, with devotion, with the steady rhythm of brush on paper. One smiled at me and said, "If the spirit eats, we must feed it more." Perhaps that is the truth. This is not a story of loss, but of resilience, a reminder that wisdom, like life, must be cared for and sometimes let go. The library that eats books may be a curse or a lesson, that memory is fragile, that forgetting is easy, that every story we save is an act of defiance against silence. As I left, dusk fell across the valley. Bells rang from the monastery walls, and I realized the hunger of the library is not only its own, it is ours. Because we too forget, we too let stories fade. And maybe the real question is not why the books disappear, but which stories we choose to remember.